So, I have three topics in this video. We have boundaries at work. Stop doing a bunch of unpaid labor at work. Just stop it. Stop it, ladies. They are not matching your energy and efforts, so stop it. We have a woman who has shown for months that she is completely unhappy and her husband has cheated. So I'm just trying to say it is perfectly fine to walk away. I'm just reminding us. I know we've had these conversations before. And then the third post is about sex. Have you just done it just to get it over with, just to avoid arguments or to avoid stomping around and hurt feelings and manipulation or guilt or whatnot? So I have three very strong topics that could have been posts or videos that were standalones, but this is what we got going on today. So watch all three of them and go ahead and comment on all three of them. Let me know what you're thinking. Ladies, we have got to stop doing so much. Pull back energy and only do for people that are reciprocating your energy and efforts. So this is from the 2X chromosome subreddit. Fresh off the press. I literally just got this posted. It was just posted an hour ago. She says, even the men you work with expects you to do all the work with nothing in return. We have got to stop doing this. And this is another reason why I think that they really want to get back into the office, because they're used to women catering to them for free, unpaid labor and all of that. But yeah, they miss out on that when they actually have to be at home doing the work for themselves. Anyways, let's get into her post. She says, so today was the birthday of a colleague of mine. Let's call her Sarah. We have this thing in our office whenever there's someone's birthday, the entire floor contributes some money so that we can buy a cake and a birthday present for the birthday girl or boy. Sarah was in charge of it. Throughout the entire year, she collected money, selected the cake, bought gifts, and they were thoughtful gifts for everyone in our office. But now, when it was her birthday, men in our offices refused to cooperate. I am not the coordinator. I needed someone's help with this thing. Not a single man from my office came to help me. My office is filled with dudes. We are one of three women who works there. I am sick and tired of their inconsiderate behavior. Sarah is so sweet and helpful. She literally had to waste her precious hours into making something good for these men. And they all gave excuses like, we are so busy. I do not have the time. Even though I managed it on my own, it is really sad that not a single man came to help. In fact, I thought they would at least be kind enough to do something special for her, because she always made sure everyone in our office had a good time on their birthday. I could see Sarah was a bit disappointed. I feel like I have failed her, though I was able to manage a gift and a cake, but I wasn't able to raise enough money. Half of the people said they don't have change with them. I am done. I will give hints to Sarah that she doesn't have to do this anymore, given how she was treated. Seriously, these men wouldn't even leave the women, the women they work with, wouldn't even leave the women they work with. They still want their female coworkers to be their mommies and do things for them while they do not give anything in return. The thing is, I don't think that she should give a hint to Sarah. I think she should flat out tell Sarah, stop doing this. Stop doing it because your energies and effort aren't matched. They don't give a damn about you. They just expect it from you because they are peen havers and they expect it. So just stop doing it. Don't hint around it. Don't beat around the bush. If there are other women, then create something special with the other women and be loud about it and have fun with it. Only for the women, not the men. Stop doing things for them. Just stop. This is 2025. New year, fresh new year. Only give your energy to those people who actually support and care about you, especially in the workplace. Why are you doing unpaid labor in the workforce? Keep it professional anyway. Leave these men to their own devices. They don't deserve anything extra, period. Jay Hutchinson says, this was exactly me in my old job. I organized and made sure all of my team members had a birthday cake and a birthday party. And when it came time for my birthday, got literally nothing, not even a happy birthday wish that day. I learned my lesson and stopped doing that. One guy actually asked me why I didn't have his birthday cake. And I said, oh, it must be with my birthday cake. I would be very honest with her about what happened. And then the OP said, wow, what did he say when you told him that? And she says, if I remember correctly, he just rolled his eyes and walked away. At that job, everybody said that I was touchy and sensitive when I stood up for myself and pointed out that I wasn't their mommy and didn't need to do their jobs for them. M. Leak says, ugh, I hate it. And I'm sorry. Definitely take Sarah aside. I recommend instead of telling her what you think she should do, just tell her you're impressed with what she manages to wrangle from these guys, as you had much less success with them than she has had. Give her own contributions a positive spin while telling her she's going above and beyond what is necessary. Let her draw her own conclusions. That's why I refuse to participate in these things in the office. I know it has a cost, but I will not participate in larger group gifting like this. If I have a relationship with you, I will buy you something small or take you out for a drink quietly and privately. A bunch of women in the office clearly and openly judge me for declining to participate in this forced socialization, but the men never seem to get shamed when they opt out. And then this person at the bottom, Madrugada, says that the last sentence of your comment needs to be shouted from the damn rooftops. And I'll read it. A bunch of women in the office clearly and openly judge me for declining to participate in this forced socialization, but the men never seem to get shamed when they opt out. Bumbling B says the women should just celebrate each other's birthdays amongst themselves, leave the men out of it if they can't participate equally. High Calibre says, is there a company or HR mandate around it or just self-enforced? Because as a general rule, you can't expect equal or fair treatment around such when there isn't an authority figure involved. Yes, I know it's a decency thing, but if we're being honest, there's not a lot of decent people out there. And then the OP says, well, HR is a joke. By the way, this birthday thing is not a company policy. It's just something we do. And then High Caliber says, HR is always a joke. So yes, sadly, it's a give me, but never expect to receive arrangement in those cases. JKM Hawk says, it was something that Sarah did, mostly. Splinster's Apprentice says, the way my unapologetic ass would air this out at the next team meeting, I'm so done with this type of BS. Exactly. I think we should all be done with this type of BS. Think about all the unpaid labor you do with nothing in return. Stop doing it. HDCS says, both you and Sarah should stop doing this ritual. If it isn't fairly shared responsibility, it shouldn't be continued. Don't bring up gender when complaints come up. Only point out that no one else puts in the labor. So unless that's changing, the birthday thing isn't happening because inevitably someone gets left out. Let it go away. Let it go away. Bitter Pill Pusher 2 says, honestly, just stop doing it. Either no one will miss it, or if they do, then whoever wants to bring it back can take charge of it. Grand Benny says, pro tip, if there's a sign up to bring stuff for a party, always sign up for a combo of plates and napkins, soda, and or chips and dip. It's petty, but fun. Okay, so with that, I'm going to end that there. But the premise is just stop doing so much. They don't reciprocate. They don't match energy. They don't care. And you don't have to serve these people for free. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. I was scrolling Reddit and came across this short post in the marriage subreddit. It says, desire for my husband is in the trash. She says, ever since I caught my husband cheating, I have no desire for my husband. Sexually, I can't get over this mental block. Emotionally, I like him. I go to him for comfort, but thinking about him in any type of sexual way is like almost painful, a huge chore. I don't know how to get over this. It's been 2 years. Sexually, I'm so freaking frustrated, but I don't want to touch my husband. He broke my heart. It's so hard for me to make myself vulnerable to him and give him my body. He's always making a move and it almost makes me sick. I'll be horny all day at work. As soon as I get home and see him, my body goes ice cold. I'm tired. I just want to eat dinner, watch some shows, and go to bed. Is there a way to undo this mental block? Whew. Cheating is such a violation. Cheating is an active choice because it's not just like you slip, fall, and then you fall into some random JJ. You have to lie to your spouse. You have to lack integrity. You have to set something up. You have to build a rapport with somebody or create some kind of connection where you're like, okay, let's go do this. Then you have to mark off some time to go do it. Cheating is such a violation. It's more than just a lie. It's several lies put together. And it's something that a lot of people can't get over. Men will try to gaslight you. It's just something that's going to happen. And, men don't think about sex the same way, blah, blah, blah. But if you're in a monogamous relationship, you need to be monogamous. If you lack integrity, just be single. They get the benefits of having a wife at home. That's the reason why they have the time, energy, and resources to go out and cheat. This is the reason why women need to leave cheaters alone. They need to divorce them, leave them alone. So then, if they are going to go out there and be a community peen, then that means that they need to make sure that they are managing their own homes and life and do not get the benefits of having a spouse at home. Significant Meal says, sounds like this relationship is over. 19,000 K-Face says, yep, she's been done for a while. I decided to go through her post history. This was posted 6 months ago by the same OP, saying, don't know what's normal in a long-term relationship or marriage. Need advice. She says, me and my husband were only dating for 11 months before we got pregnant. At 7 months pregnant, we got married. I really feel like we got married because we had a child together, I think. I love my husband. He's a great father, like the absolute best. As a partner, he is seriously lacking. I feel neglected in every way romantically. He doesn't even try to talk to me about life things. He doesn't want to go out with me. We don't do hobbies together. Anything we do is like camping with his family or working. I feel like I'm looking at and sleeping next to a stranger every day. We never have intimacy. If we do, it's a quick 30 seconds in the shower. We both have good jobs. I don't feel loved or cared about. He backs out of so many plans last minute with me. I'm tired of having to ask or even beg for time or attention from him. The relationship feels so dead. I never would have married him if I knew this was how it was going to be. I used to get so jealous, and it was because he never gave me attention, but had time for other women, cheating online to women he knows and strangers. I'm so hurt still. I don't feel cared about by him. This January will be 4 years together. He is almost 8 years older than me. I don't hate him, but I'm starting to feel bitter a little more each day. At 27, I feel like there's more to life than dreading going home or crying next to your sleeping spouse because they act like they don't care about you. I don't want to do this anymore. Does it sound like I'm jumping the gun? I know the grass isn't greener on the other side. I'm starting to lose faith in all people. I think I'll never have a great relationship with anyone. I just want a long, deep hug to be cared about and considered. I just want a forehead kiss without asking for it. We both have good jobs, though he does make almost 3 times as much as me. I wouldn't want to take anything but what I brought into the relationship and what I have contributed to the house we bought together. I have 1 foot out the door. I don't want to break my son's life up. Should I just deal with a loveless and sexless marriage? Is it really that big of a deal? Am I being dramatic? I'm so tired and sad. And then 4 months ago, she says, my sex life is awful. Married in a great relationship. No, this is not a great relationship. She says married in a great relationship in every way except sex. I don't believe you because 6 months ago, no. Okay. It's never been good. I thought it would get better as time went on and our relationship got stronger. My husband is 8 years older than I am. I wonder if his previous relationships were this bad or if it's just me. Me and my ex would have sex 1 to 2 times a day. We'd passionately make out, and he's a couple of years older than my husband. Lack of sex is affecting my self-esteem and has me lusting emotionally, physically over acquaintances in my life, like my totally hot bearded boss. 27 is too young to throw in the towel. Whew. Some Sprinkle says, some men just don't know what they're doing because no one told them what to do or help them. My husband was terrible at sex. Like every time it was wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I never got off. No foreplay, nor no kissing. Most of the time, didn't even get us naked, just pulled our pants down. I was too embarrassed to fix it until he proposed. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with him, then this needs fixing. I started by when we were going to have sex, I told him, hey, let me lead this time. Follow my lead. And I start with kissing, etc. And then I showed him how to touch me down there for foreplay. This took a while for him to get it right, but I got flavored lube. And when I got frustrated, I didn't let him see it. I kept it positive, and sometimes I had to take care of myself after he went to sleep. It took a while to work it all out, but now our sex life is great, and he makes sure I get off first every time. He knows my body now, and you just got to tell him. Don't be embarrassed, and don't do it in a way that would hurt his feelings. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know. Okay, there we go. Rollers 1966 says, this is the solution for so many women, but they are too afraid. The absolute truth is most men will do anything to know how to please their partner. We have no way of knowing what you like because we don't have the same equipment. For the love of God, share the knowledge. But men also have to care. They have to give a damn about their partner's feelings and pleasure. If they don't, then they won't even be curious to explore and make sure that you're having a good time and getting pleasure. And then finally, this same OP from 19 days ago, husband refuses to buy me flowers. I, 27-year-old woman, genuinely love flowers, and my husband, 35-year-old man, doesn't ever buy me any. He scoffs every time I ask him. He made his ex steal roses. We've been together for 4 years, and the only time I ever got any was when I was pregnant. Am I tripping? Like, my feelings are kind of hurt. I always go out of my way to get him things I know he enjoys. Anything he asks, I do or get. Okay, I just went through her profile just to see. And how long do you put up with this? She's 27 years old. She has a full life ahead of her. She's sticking with it because she says she doesn't want to uproot her son's life. The son is only 2 years old. The kid will adjust. The kid will adjust. Are you going to spend the rest of your life with somebody like this? This person doesn't even like you. Why are you sticking this out? Like, it's not going to get better. It's been 4 years and he's not even trying. He's like, I got her in the bag. There's no need to even give a damn. Stop this. At this particular point, we're at the point in life where we're saying, stop doing these random things. Stop doing things that are not reciprocated. Match energy, and just stop. Pull back all the extras. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Trigger warning. This conversation includes themes of sexual coercion / possible rape. So adult themes. So just keep that in mind. If you need to scroll away, go ahead and do so. I was sent this Twitter thread, and I think that it's important to discuss. Emily May asked the question, women, have you ever had sex that you really did not want to have, simply because just doing it felt easier than having to deal with the consequences of not doing it, even if those consequences were feeling guilty, uncomfortable, or having to deal with his displeasure? And so here is the poll, and I saw this as of yesterday. So it was over 17,000 people that voted, and over 55% said yes, they just have had sex, even when they didn't feel like it. And 7%, just over 7% said no. She then said, let's narrow the parameters. If you're a woman, have you ever had sex in a marriage that you really did not want to have, but you felt guilted into it, didn't want to cause a fight, or you thought it might make him kinder or easier to deal with? Over 37% said yes, 14% said no. And that was the poll with over 5,700 people joining that one. And then, but like half of these people responding were down here that they're a man, which is weird because it says if you're a woman. Anyways, so lots of women have said yes. I just did it. I just wanted to get it out the way. I didn't feel like dealing with his attitude or whatever. This top lady says, my first and worst time, told him I didn't want to have sex that night, but I did want to make out. And then Emily says, I'm so sorry. Beth says, more times than I'd like to admit, unfortunately. Stacks Tax says, men, have you ever had anything? Okay, so this man wanted to talk to the men. Emily did ask that man, bro, do you want your wife to have sex with you as a service? And he's like, of course not. All right, so this woman, Stephanie, says, 2 weeks postpartum. I still had stitches down there. Doctors had the wait 6 weeks rule, but it was my husband's birthday. And I was told if I loved him, I'd make sacrifices for him. Uh, oh my God. If I wasn't willing to have sex with him on his birthday, then obviously I didn't love him. She was 2 weeks postpartum with stitches. Why would you want to do that to your wife? Why would that? I don't know. These humans are not doing this humanity stuff, right? Sal is saying, I truly hope that's an ex. And then she responded, it took 10 years after that to realize I wasn't worth sacrificing, but we are divorced. I'm just going to put this random video here for no particular reason other than to show you this random video. And it doesn't have any sound except for the sounds that I think that this is a food. I'm not exactly sure, but I just think that this random video, I think it fits here for some strange reason. You let me know if you think so. And Abby says to the lady that had sex 2 weeks postpartum, saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Anna says, so sorry you went through that. I wasn't allowed 6 weeks with either of my babies, even after a scary emergency C-section with the first and tearing badly with the second. Miserable. Limerence X says, glad you're divorced from him. Had he loved and cared about you, he'd have wanted to wait the 6 weeks. Yam says, oh my God, my legs are like completely shut. No, this makes me so squeamish right now. Judy says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Ryo Kiniko says, I hope you mean ex-husband. So basically, yeah, everybody's saying the same thing. I don't know if people like this woman truly don't know that women just say, here you go, get it over with. Like, I don't know, but let's just read this. She says, maybe I'm just really tough and communicate boundaries. Like TMI, mid-makeout will move a guy's hand if I'm not happy with where it is. But I don't understand how women wouldn't stop, say no, or get up and leave if they don't want to continue. I'm not intentionally being facetious or mean here. I really want to understand. Maybe it's because I was raised with two brothers where I was taught to fight back and hold my ground. Not sure. All of these women are on these posts saying these things. And it's like, you don't understand coercion. You don't understand just doing things just to avoid the blow ups and stonewalling. I feel this is like those, like when white people ask Black folks about racism and how it makes them feel, and they've never seen it before and that kind of thing. I feel like it's that obtuse. Leo says to that woman, you have more confidence and a different upbringing. I was assaulted in sexual ways from 5 years upward, and I'm also very autistic. I don't know if that plays into it, but if I don't feel like it, no doesn't work. I'm very often too confused or afraid or stunned to comment. I'm sorry, she says stunned to combat. So that's what it says, not stunned to comment. So here's the tone deaf lady, Katarina. She says, I'm so sorry you had to deal with any of that. Thank you for sharing, though. That makes more sense. And Leo says to her, boundaries are a blessing, and I feel like they have to be learned from those around us or very late down the line. Having brothers sound like it definitely helped. My mother never said no to anyone and put up with awful men, so I didn't witness boundaries. Chaos Rocket says, for adults, yeah, it's easy to just say no. But as an inexperienced teenager, it's just harder. I haven't had any issues saying no as an adult. But as a teen who didn't know anything and wasn't mature enough to be in those situations, it was different. And then Katarina says, this makes a lot of sense. Thank you for clarifying and explaining that point. I was envisioning this as a 35-year-old. This person says, usually because they have tried that and ended up being violently forced. And so going along feels safer and less traumatic than risking him doing the same or worse. And then Katarina says, then that's great. And they should be reporting it. They should be reporting it like that just gets taken seriously all over the globe and everything. She says, Emily's post is stemming from another one where a girl says she didn't try to leave, but also wasn't feeling it and just let things happen. And the commenters were debating whether that is grape or not. Meg says, right, she didn't try to leave or protest, much because she didn't want to provoke him to violence. um, violence, manipulation, or emotional abuse or coercion. And many people freeze because of past trauma and literally can't stop others because of the potential for a violent outcome. It's sad that you have to explain this kind of stuff to another woman. Do you not talk to women? Women share these things all the time. I understand having to explain to a man, but having to explain to a woman is just weird to me. Anyways, I think we get the gist of what's going on. Let me know what you think about this one. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.